Hello students, in the previous video session, I have already explained regarding remote replication strategies. So in the present session, I'll explain three-site replication. So in the case of synchronous and asynchronous replication, under normal conditions, the workload is running at the source site. So in the case of synchronous replications, the source site and the target sites are usually within around 200 kilometers apart. A regional disaster will not affect the target site in the case of asynchronous replication, as the site are typically several hundreds or several thousands of kilometers apart. But we cannot predict the situations. That is why we are going for three-site replication. So three-site replication is used to overcome from the risks identified with respect to the two-site replication. So in the case of three-site replication, the data from the source site is replicated to two different remote data centers. So the event of regional disaster, both source as well as target sites could become unavailable. So in order to overcome from this problem, we can go for the three-site replication methodology. So this will lead to extended RPO and RTO, because the last known good copy of data would have to come from the another source such as offsite tape library. The regional disaster will not affect the target site in asynchronous replications, because the source as well as as I explained before, the source as well as the target are located around 1000 kilometers apart. If the source site fails, the production can be shifted to the target site, but there will be no remote protection. So until the failure is resolved. So that is why we are going for three-site replications, in which we can consider two different remote sites. In the three-site replication, data from the source site is replicated to two different remote data centers. Replications can be synchronous to one of the two data centers, providing zero RPO solution. It can be asynchronous or disk buffer to the other remote data center, providing a finite RPO. Three-site remote replication can be implemented as a cascade bar multi-hop or triangular bar multi-target solution. So the diagram shows three-site replication. So first we'll consider synchronous plus asynchronous three-site replication. So in this method employs a combination of synchronous and asynchronous remote replication strategies. So I can say that from the source side to the bunker side, the replication process is synchronous, and between bunker side to the remote side, the replication process is asynchronous. The bunker site is nothing but the intermediate site between the source site and the remote site. So to the source site, this bunker site will behave as the remote site itself. So these two are the two replicated copies maintained on the remote site. So the synchronous replications occurs between the source and the bunker site. Asynchronous replication occurs between the bunker site and the remote site. The remote replica in the bunker act as the source for the asynchronous replication to create a remote replication at the remote site. So now, while creating the remote copy, that means a remote replication, so this intermediate site or bunker site, it will act as a source site. So that is the concept of synchronous plus asynchronous three-site replication. So next we'll consider what is the meaning of synchronous plus disk buffer. So in the case of synchronous plus disk buffer, it combines the local and remote replication technologies. So synchronous replication occurs between the remote site and the bunker site. So that is synchronous, and between the bunker site to the remote site, the methodology is disk buffer. So we'll adapt with respect to the disk buffer. What we are doing is, so we'll maintain one copy, that is remote replica will take. So once again PIT of the same replica will be kept within the remote site. The data is transmitted from the local replica at the bunker to the remote replica at the remote site. So this is how synchronous and disk buffer 3-site replication works. Between source site to the this one, so that is the bunker site. So bunker site, the process is synchronous. From the bunker site to the remote site, the process is disk buffered. So as I explained before, synchronous and asynchronous, so it combines both synchronous and asynchronous remote replication technologies. In the case of synchronous replication occurs between source and the bunker site, asynchronous replications occurs between bunker and the remote site. So in the case of synchronous plus disk buffer, between source to the bunker site, it considers synchronous replication, and between bunker to the remote site, so it takes or it performs the replication using disk buffer concepts. So next we'll take 3-site replication, triangular bar multi-target. So in the 3-site triangular bar multi-target replication, data at the source storage array is concurrently replicated to 2 different arrays. So what we are doing here, so in the case of 3-site replication, triangular bar multi-target, so from the source storage array, the data will be replicated to 2 different arrays. So the source to bunker site, that is target 1, so replication is synchronous with a almost 0 RPO. So the source to the remote, that is target 2, so we'll consider 2 targets, target 1 and target 2. So from source to second target, the replication is asynchronous with an RPO of few minutes. The distance between the source and the remote site could be thousands of miles. So this configuration does not depend on bunker site for updating data on the remote site. So in the previous 2 strategies, synchronous plus asynchronous as well as synchronous plus disk buffer, so we have to depend on the bunker site or intermediate site. So in order to mitigate that problem, so we can make use of triangular bar multi-target. From the source, directly the source will replicate the data into 2 different target sites. So while replicating the data into target 1, so we'll maintain almost 0 RPO, and whenever the source is transferring the data into the second target or replicating the data into the second target, so at that time we can consider few minutes of RPO value. So this configuration does not depend on the bunker site for updating the data on the remote site, because data is asynchronously copied to the remote sites directly from the source site. The key benefit of 3-site triangular bar multi-target replication is the ability to fail over to either of the 2 remote sites in the case of source site failure, with disaster recovery, that is asynchronous protection between them. So synchronization between the 2 surviving target site is incremental. Disaster recovery protection is always available in the event of any one site failure. So disaster recovery protection is always available in the event of any one failure comes. Remote replication and migration in the virtualized environment. In the case of virtualized environment, all virtual VM data as well as virtual configuration files residing on the storage array at the primary site are replicated to the storage array at the remote site. So in the case of virtualized environment, if you want to consider the remote replication strategy, so I have to replicate the data, that means VM data as well as VM virtual machine configuration files. So those are residing within the storage array at the primary site. So those informations need to be replicated to the storage array which is located at the remote site. So this process remains transparent to the virtual machines. So the LUNs are replicated between the two sites using storage array replication technologies. So we can directly replicate the LUNs using the storage array replication technologies. So this replication process can be either synchronous if the distance if we have to maintain the source as well as the target within the limited distance, as well as we have to maintain almost zero value as RPO, or asynchronous for longer distance, and we can have few minutes of RPO. So remote replications can also be implemented in the virtualized environment by considering the storage array replication strategies where the LUNs are replicated between the remote sites. So the diagram shows hypervisor to hypervisor VM migration. Active state of the VM, so that is VM2 here, is moved from one hypervisor 1 to hypervisor 2, hypervisor 1 to hypervisor 2. So that means from the active state of VM is moved from one hypervisor to another. So the content of virtual machine memory from the source to the hypervisor to the target. So the contents will be copied from the source to the destination. So that means to the target. So this technique requires source and the target hypervisor access to the same storage. So both the hypervisors need to access the same storage. So here we can observe that the active VM, that is virtual machine 2, is moved from hypervisor 1 to hypervisor 2, and copies of the content of virtual machine memory from the source to the target can be considered. So this technique requires source and target hypervisor need to access the same storage.